The recaps I have been on radio. Saturday, I put up we're going no trouble over here. think that's funny because it's like, I'm going to make a point video, I'm going to make a point video like 7. But then I'm the guy, I'm going to make a point video to be like 4. I'm going that much lower. Yeah, I'm going to... Let's see how that goes. No idea what he's making it. We'll probably be one. I feel like this is like a frustrating. That's why it's I feel like the 3-point cut is better with the 3-point. The grade keeps giving out has nothing to do with the grade. Yeah. It's just a matter of right. It's because I took too long to send it. And as soon as I go into it, I don't have anything. That was the idea. What? We're finally done. I know you said I'm going to give you a hug.
gentlemen, welcome back to Ithaca College's Ben Light Gymnasium for a non-conference volleyball game featuring the University of Scranton Royals and the number 12 Ithaca College Bombers. First, we'll meet today's non-starters for the University of Scranton, beginning with number 1, Kate Bradley, number 3, Addie Forey, number 4, Lexi Brown, number 8, Erin Gretzky, number 9, AC Brown, number 11, Gabby Conrad, number 15, Deanna Wetley, number 16, Isabel Rios, number 18, Adria Vargas, number 19, Caitlin McGonigal, and number 20, Allie Edgington. And now the Royals starting lineup. Beginning with a sophomore middle hitter, number 2, Danielle Kramer. A first-year defensive specialist, number 6, Sydney Wilt. A junior center, number 7, Candy Quirk. A senior middle hitter, number 13, Gwen Coaster. For starting liberos, a senior, number 14, Cameron Hoffman. A sophomore opposite hitter, number 24, Ava Siemenstein. And a first-year outside hitter, number 26.
Garcia dives it over. That one sends out. Cami Quick on the outside. Sends it to her right with a roll shot. Slavin with the dig. Gonzalez Abreu sets it up. Garcia rolls it back. Cami Quick with the one. Angelucci.
To play some defense, and now here they are on the serve receive, having to show that and demonstrate that now.
Maddie Ferry heads back, the libero. DS. Right to Benedict as Slavin grabs that one, sets it out for Gonzalez Abreu as blocked off. There's Benedict. Slavin back, with a tip shot. Slavin out, send it to Graper right there with the defense. Gonzalez Abreu with the shot. That one goes right towards the back. Look at that bomber block, sets up right there. Cami Quick back out to Lauren Algucci. That one goes down.
The power coming from this team. Scranton, over 1,200 kills as we mentioned before, and 1,000 roughly on the other side. They put on that pressure consistently. When you're playing a team like Scranton, you got to be watch out.
Ferry goes back. Gonzalez Abreu's right there. Slavin goes out to the outside, finds Abreu again with the push. Not enough. Royal blocks right there. And Cece, you mentioned it earlier, this defense coming from this Royals team that some of the Bombers have yet to really experience.
It is, and when you're going, again, two different teams with a lot of different strengths, you have to learn how to be able to balance that out, right? And so at the end of the day, one has to do a little bit better with starting this serve receive here. We're going to see how it goes.
Benedict serves, goes a little back, but Royals are right there to cover it. Right back to Benedict as Slavin sets up Owen. That one goes off the hands of Angelucci, and the Bombers get this one back.
And speaking of blocks, with what just happened there, another great thing that the Bombers can do in terms of their blocks, something that I know talking to a player, Zoe Strawn was saying today, want to strengthen your blockability, but they've been able to have minimal error so far.
Ellie Benedict stays behind the line. It's Angelucci with a tip shot, rolls right over Wesley Slavin, and the Royals even this one out at 3. Deanna Wempley stands out on the floor, and this is the one in our research, Cece, that really has been showing up. She is absolutely fantastic, leads the Landmark Conference in hitting percentage in a lot of offensive categories, and she goes back for the service. Gonzalez Abreu, ball's wonky, but Slavin's right there on her arms. Cami Quick goes out to the outside, finds a tip shot. That one picked right up as joust between Cami Quirk and Gonzalez Abreu goes Royals' way.
We've talked about Deanna Wempley before, 394 kills. That's going to wear out your defense. She's someone to look out for. A lot of pressure there, but excited to see what she's going to do tonight.
She'll likely hit 400 tonight here in Ben Light Gymnasium. Cami Quick goes up, sets up Angelucci as the Bomber blocks right there. There's Ledbetter and Owen. Joust out of that one, sends back to Ellie Benedict. Slavin finds Owen on the outside. That one finds the hole and sets that one down. And the point goes back to the Bomber way. We're even again at 4.
I mean, block after block, and a huge centerpiece of that is none other than a middle blocker, Brianna Owen, right? I mean, 50 blocks on this season, one of the leaders there. She puts up some numbers.
She's a great utility player for this Bombers team, and that one goes off the arms of Gonzalez Abreu. Addison Ledbetter right there with the push shot. Addison Ledbetter, she's in the conversation for Liberty League Rookie of the Year. Back-to-back performances in those Liberty League honors as well, too. She's one to watch, especially in this postseason tournament. As Brianna Owen goes back for the serve. That one right there. It's Cami Quick picks that one up. Angelucci right on the outside. That one goes wide. Royals looking for a tip, but it goes Bomber way.
And time after time, when you are just exploring what this team is dealing with, there is, again, so much depth around there between Ledbetter being also having the flexibility of a middle blocker and a right side. Brianna Owen like that as well.
Angelucci, that one rolls over. Slavin's right there to pick it up. Ledbetter goes back, finds a wide open hole in the back right. Point goes to Ithaca, and Ithaca up 7-4 now, starting to run away a little bit in this one.
And it's about being able to develop that momentum, right? Being able to find your groove, find that call and response, right? That's literally what the game of volleyball is, and right now, Ithaca's finding their calling.
Volleyball's a game of runs, and Brianna Owen on a serving run right now. That one goes off the arms of Deanna Wempley, and it goes back to Brianna Owen. She's a top server and a utility player that the Bombers are really capitalizing this season.
So she is 29 aces on the season and 18 service errors, minimal there. She is aiming for perfection, and she's been doing a great job so far.
A roll shot, a little miscommunication by the Royals. Slavin sets up Gonzalez Abreu right off the hands of the block. Gabby Gonzalez Abreu, fantastic volleyball IQ play right there, reading her blocker's hands and knowing where to place that ball specifically. Brianna Owen still back on that service line, doing what she does best. That one goes up, sets right in the middle of the corner right there. Cami Quick finds that one, sets up Lauren Anglucci. That one goes right off Ellie Benedict. Garcia sets up Gonzalez Abreu for a roll shot. That one lands a little wide. Cami Quick running over to grab that from the libero. Anglucci finds Gonzalez Abreu. Slavin back up to GGA. That one goes right down and out off the Bomber block. Like I just said, reading her blockers, a fantastic play. Bombers up 10-4 now.
We talked about it before, how there might be a little bit of a struggle in terms of getting back that block dominance, but so they are. They're taking advantage of it, and they're capitalizing this game, doing a great job against the offense.
Owen finds Deanna Whipley, sets up right out there. That one goes out wide of Anglucci. They're looking for a call. Lauren Anglucci talking to Jamie Spranger, her head coach, looking for a call from these refs, but it goes Bomber way. The Bombers up 11-4 here in set one. Brianna Owen back to the service line. Deanna Wepley finds that one, and Cami Quick saves that as it's shanked. Anglucci right off the arms of Addison Ledbetter with the block. Solo block, Addison Ledbetter. Bombers up 12-4.
I mean, when you're 6 foot, Molly, you can pretty easily get that block off, but being able to transition to such a powerful, not only a team, but a powerful culture, right? Forge Liberty League championships back to back, and being able to be a part of that and be successful with a block right there.
There's another one.
There she goes.
Cece and I wish we could have some height on ourselves right now. Clearly, when you're 6 foot, Bombers take a timeout right there. And as I was just saying, we wish we'd have a little height on us. I'm in high heels right now. It's a little bit of a platform shoe moment. Gotta love it. But clearly, you know, early start for this Bomber team. Tara Stillwell in a bunch of conversations have wanted her team to go and get an early run in the set. Cece, that's something Stillwell has preached to us probably since one of our first conversations with the beginning year. They struggle a little bit in that first set. So what have you seen from this Bomber team that are kind of really working towards it?
It's so interesting because, as we talked about before, blocks, something that is, at first you may be like, okay, like what's going on here? But you can see in this game, they are highly, highly efficient. Also, not to mention, we're seeing Brianna Owen easily moving into this offense and taking initiative, and that comes from her blocks, that comes from her kills, just being correct, just simply correcting on that end. Not to mention with Scranton too, a lot of errors on their end. They need to calm down, regroup, and take initiative in this game.
Clearly, it's something that we've been seeing right here. Bombers coming off the timeout with smiles on their faces. You can imagine what Coach Stillwell was saying in that huddle, as well as Coach Spranger on the other side. For the Royals. Brianna Owen still remains back behind the service line for the Bombers. Waiting for a switch. Owen heads up back behind the service line. That one goes a little wide. Listen, that's volleyball for you. You're trying to ice out your server out on the run right there.
Owen had the run.
Owen was going on the run. She had that. That is volleyball 101 right there. Coach Jamie Springer with a fantastic timeout call. As Cameron Hoffman, the libero, goes back for the serve. That one goes a little wide. Garcia's there. Slavin running after that one. Gonzalez Abreu sets up for the roll shot. Walpler's there. Hoffman sets up Lauren Anglucci on the outside. Garcia with an amazing move. Gonzalez Abreu swats that one over. Here's Cami Quick on the outside. Ledbetter a little delayed on the block, but Ellie Benedict sends that one over with a free ball. Cami Quick back on the set. There's a touch right there. Addison Ledbetter a little delayed on the block, but Scranton grabs their first point in a while. It's 13-6.
Deanna Wepley on that one. We talked about it before, from Congers, New York. 394 kills. Like a 269 for attacking percentage too. Impressive stuff coming from her.
Slavin sets up Gonzalez Abreu with a roll shot. That one rolls down as Hoffman grabs that. Cami Quick on the outside. Ellie Benedict with a little bit of a push shot right there. Quirk out on the outside. Slammed down. Gonzalez Abreu with the push shot, trying to find the hole. Unable, goes out a little wide. Telling her group right there, I'm sorry, Gonzalez Abreu. Little overshot, but right play, smart move.
Smart move, and we've seen a lack of errors coming from the Bombers, so that's something to admire in comparison to what we've seen from Scranton. But they have been struggling a little bit on that error end, but they can come back.
Hoffman still behind the serve line, finds Gonzalez Abreu. Ledbetter with the roll shot. That one a little wide, looking for the touch. They got that one. Addison Ledbetter with a slide that was absolutely gorgeous. Textbook volleyball.
Coming into the game, Naomi Claus, the name that we've been hearing pretty often here on the South Hill. 314 kills. an outside hitter who's just highly efficient.
Claus, two-time Liberty League Performer of the Week so far, as Lauren Anglucci grabs that one. Claus on the dig, finds Slavin. Claus out again, finds two liberos right out there. Quirk sets up Lauren Anglucci on the outside. That one goes right down, but back over. Here's Ellie Benedict. Out to Slavin. Gonzalez, nope, close. Thank you very much. Quirk out to Lauren Anglucci again. Gonzalez Abreu with the save as Claus sets that one over for a free ball. We got a rally here, folks. Sets out to Quirk on the outside. What a slam! That's Daniela Kramer out of the middle. She leads the Landmark Conference in blocks. A fantastic defensive weapon, but she's also high up there in those offensive categories as well, too.
I mean, you kind of get caught up speechless there with a slam like that, but we see that that one was taken by Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu, but being able to just simply, as I said before, remain composed, that's what's important.
Scranton grabs another point off an Ithaca error ball, goes a little into the net. Cam Quirk. Cami Quirk heads back to the service line. Sets out Gonzalez Abreu. Slavin finds Klaus on the outside. That one goes right down. Hoffman's there to grab it. As that one goes wide, Ithaca starting to find their run a little bit again. Once they go on an offensive run, this team's been unstoppable all season long, Cece.
And consistency is key, right? When you have so many players that are so comfortable with a program that is so successful, it's almost like a breeze for them.
Ledbetter behind the service line. She goes out. Cami Quirk back there, slams out. That one goes a little wide for the Bombers. Ithaca gets that one back.
I mean, back and forth already in the rotation, but this time Addison Ledbetter.
Ledbetter behind the service line. That one goes up far behind, finds Delini Wepler. Gonzalez Abreu's right there with the gig, finds Klaus on the outside. Quirk on the right, sets up Wepler. A little bit of a joust right there too. Hoffman's right there, sets up on the outside. That one goes back, right off the hands of the Bomber block, goes wide. Ithaca up by 6 right now in this first set. A little bit of a battle that they've seen. This is their first out-of-conference opponent that's given them a little bit of a challenge recently. They've kind of been steamrolling through the Liberty League as of right now, until their recent matchup with William Smith. Claus on the back, right off the hands of the block. That Scranton defense that we've been talking about, this block is something that we needed to keep in mind coming into the day. Some of the Bombers, where they knew they were going to have to adjust and work around. You have a block so strong like Scranton's. It's at the top of their conference at the moment. Slavin sets up Ella Graper. That one goes off the hands of Cameron Hoffman. That point goes Bomber way. It was a double touch.
It's like one of those moments where when your opponent is going on a run, you just say, okay, side out, right? You get tired of going ahead and getting that service receive, but Ella Graper, she closes that one out easily.
Ella Graper, and brings in that best Bomber rotation. When you're setter serving, this is your best rotation as Slavin heads behind the service line. That one takes a free ball over. Slavin's there for that first touch. Gonzalez Abreu with the set as Claus tries to go down. Hoffman's right there. Work out there. There you go. Off the hands of Ella Graper. Ithaca unable to capitalize. Scranton slowly climbing back into this one. They're down by 5. It's 17-12.
And it's a point-by-point battle, right, in the game of volleyball, where you're fighting for every single opportunity to maintain possession and get things back. But after that little conversation in the huddle, things are turning around.
Graper on the serve right there. Pushed back out by Claus. Almost got a touch on that. Naomi Claus thought she got a touch on that, but unfortunately it goes out wide as this ball goes back to Daniela Kramer. She heads back to the service line. As I mentioned earlier, she leads the Landmark Conference in blocks and as a top hitter as well, too.
And doing that as a sophomore, as I might add, pretty impressive.
Slavin for the set, sets up Claus on the outside. She stopped right there. Ella Graper with the joust, sets back out. This one off the arms, off the antenna, excuse me. Ithaca gets this one back. They're up 18-13 right now as Claus checks out, sends back in Karina Garcia.
Talked about it before. Garcia, highly efficient when it comes to being in service. That's why they start with her, right? So she could be the person to help that run return for the Bombers.
Karina Garcia with a wide serve. Cami Quick with a great arm move. Sends a free ball up over as Ellie Benedict's there for Slavin. Here comes Brianna Owen right off the arms. A fantastic volleyball play right there. Brianna Owen.
When you're watching Brianna Owen play, it's almost as if time slows down. She gets ready for that kill, and you almost hold your breath because you know that she's gonna dominate every time.
There you go. Quirk out, sends it out right side. Karina Garcia tries to grab that one. That one goes Scranton way. It touched the ground. Ithaca unsure. They thought they got the arm on it.
Let's go for number 24,
Ava Seinstein, she checks in. She heads back behind the service line.
With a lot of these points that have been accumulated on Scranton's side, a lot of it has become due to block errors, right? We've been seeing that after that first time out, they've been starting to change gears, and here they are back again for another set.
Wesley Slavin sets out. Brianna Owen right out there, too. Kimmy Quick with a dump. Slavin's there to pick that one up. Right on the outside, here's Gonzalez Abreu with a roll shot. That one blocked, but grabbed again. Slavin to the right, finds Brianna Owen again. That one's tipped right off the arms of the block. Brianna Owen with another.
You see it time and time again. Somebody like Owen coming in clutch moments. Maybe call her Captain Clutch, maybe.
Maybe. That's a good
Captain
one.
Clutch.
Possibly. That's a good one. Well, Captain Clutch, Brianna Owen, but we got to talk about this trio of Ithaca College. All right, well, hate to cut you off, hate to cut myself off right there, but we're going to send it down to the third member of our team, Morgan Spriggs. Morgan, what do you got?
Thanks, guys. To illuminate how successful the Bombers have been when winning the first set, as they are up 20-14 right now. They've not lost a match after winning the opening set since August 31st, 2024 versus Stevens. And the last time IC lost a match at home after winning the first set, you have to go back to September 3rd, 2021 against St. John Fisher. To put that streak into perspective, no current player or coach here tonight was on that 2021 squad. Sending it back up to you.
Thanks so much, Morgan. Cece, as we were saying earlier, this trio of Ithaca College juniors of Naomi Claus, Gabby Gonzalez Abreu, and Wesley Slavin, they have really just shown up for this team today. Naomi Claus, I got to talk to her a little while ago, and they watch film together every night. They are so in touch with this team, and they got to play all three of them together over the summer at that D3 USA Championships. Just awesome stuff from this Ithaca team. Ellie Benedict heads back behind the service line. The Bombers up 20-14 here against the University of Scranton Royals. That one sent out. Cami Quirk on the set. Finds on the outside. That one stopped right there. Gets an arm on it, pushed over. Slavin's right there. Benedict sets up Gonzalez Abreu with a bump set. That one goes up as that one's grabbed. Quirk running and grabs, sends a free ball over. Wesley Slavin sets up Addison Ledbetter. That one goes wide. Scranton gets a hands on that one. That one, Lauren Anglucci, that one goes up. Wesley Slavin out to Gonzalez Abreu with a shot. Looking for that one. Referee calls out on that one. Ithaca thought they got a touch on that. Coach Stillwell calling for a touch. Ref's not having it. Point goes Scranton's way.
And there they go again. We've been talking about a game of runs, right? A lot of back and forth. But here they are. It seems like Scranton is a team that is able to go back and forth. It's not really a run game for them. It's a little bit of back and forth. And so let's see how they climb up in this first set.
That one right off the winnets. Addison Ledbetter's right there with a great move. Delaney Wolper, Kimmy Quirk on the outside, Lauren Anglucci back on the outside spot. Quirk off the block. Here's Welper out of the back row. Finds a hole right over there. And that is the best weapon in volleyball. I wasn't tall enough to do that, unfortunately, when I was in high school, but you have a back row player who's just so offensively minded. You come up with your approach right there. That is such a move. Teams, it's hard to prep for that, especially. Delaney Wolper sells that. That one goes out wide. Ithaca getting in their huddle and saying, let's go, let's go. And Brianna Owen returns back to serve. And we've been saying her name all night. She had that long service run that got the Bombers into the spot where they are right now. Brianna Owen off a great serve. Finds Cameron Hoffman off a couple shank balls. That one goes in. Ellie Benedict's right there. Slavin sets up Gonzalez Abreu with a duck shot. That one goes right off the Scranton block. Slavin back out to Gonzalez Abreu right there. That one goes right down. Kimmy Quirk again pushed out. That one goes Ithaca way after a double touch.
One thing you've got to say about Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu is the fact that you look at one number, right? 19% for attacking percentage. You look at that, you say, okay, that's a little bit lower. But when you take swings like that consistently, you are wearing out your defense, and here she is back again on the court.
Lauren Anglucci back on the right side. That one goes up high. Ledbetter with the push shot. turns her hips a little bit, pops that one down perfectly. Ithaca 2 away from closing out this first set.
And speaking of swings and mediation and all these other things in terms of when you should hit with power, check out what Ledbetter did right there. She didn't go for the big swing. It's about a game of simple games. Are you going to go for the tip? Are you going to go for the aggressive kill? But being able to monitor that and know time and place and being able to see the court to execute.
It's called volleyball IQ. Cameron Hoffman right up there finds Karina Garcia. Gonzalez Abreu sets up. That one goes right down in the hands. Gonzalez Abreu doing what she does best. One of those top hitters in the Liberty League. You don't want to face Gonzalez Abreu against your block.
I mean, just watching her, my heart kind of palpitations, right? But that's the type of pressure that she brings onto the court every time she steps up, being so efficient all around the court. This is what she does. This is who she is.
Gonzalez Abreu with a long serve. Hoffman's there to grab it, though. Claws back up, sets up Ledbetter right there. That one rolls off the net, off the hands of the block. Ithaca 1 away from closing this one in early set 1 as it's 24-17.
As we get closer and closer and closer, it's about how you play the game. Are you going to go ahead with the aggressive shot? Are you going to go for the tips? Or are you going to limit errors? That's the most important thing, limiting errors.
Cork sets up right there. That one goes down. Off the block up the hands of the Ithaca block, excuse me. Scranton even this one out, 24-18 still set point Ithaca right now though. As Cami Cork back in the service spot right there. That one goes in. Altman's right there to grab it. Gonzalez Abreu sends up claws. That one goes high and rolls. Hoffman's there to grab it. Cork sets up her right side. That one goes down. It goes down right there.
It's almost like an outside hitter back battle, right? You got Deanna Lepley on one side, Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu on the other, but currently playing the back row. So when Abreu's in the back, how are you going to respond?
And serve goes right in the net for Scranton. You don't want to do that, especially on set point. Ithaca takes the first set here. Ben Light Gymnasium, 25-19. And we're going to take a short break here in Ben Light. But when we come back, we've got even more volleyball here for you on VIC.
On radio, you don't really want to talk during the points. So if you can just be a little bit more concise, just think about using less words and ending your sentences earlier. Because sometimes what happens is you're going to try and talk more to make a sentence make sense, but you can talk less and it's almost better sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's a long-term goal, but I'll work on that for you.
No, it definitely is a long-term thing. What's up, Abby? How are ya? Keep throwing them on. I'll let you know. We have 2 minutes right now. Run 1 minute more of ads, I'd say. Do you want to do that, or I don't know, in studio? Oh, perfect. Okay, how long does he need? Okay, if you want to go now and then run one more ad and then bring us back after that, that'd be great. Amazing job, Labonte. And then I'd say bring us back after this. Perfect. Sounds good. Guys, go one. Go one and then send it down to Morgan, then bring it back. Or you can send it to Morgan right away. Okay.
Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back to Ithaca College Volleyball here on VIC. Molly Gold and Cece Gabriel with you. But we got our third member of our team, our silent reporter, Morgan Spriggs, with more. Morgan?
Thank you very much. The players are actually wearing pink ribbons and headgear to support Dig Pink, which is a national fundraiser paired with college volleyball teams that is meant to provide meaningful and impactful experiences for athletes while inspiring and empowering them to come together in support of stage 4 breast cancer awareness and research. So But just be aware of what this game means, not just for the athletics and Ithaca overall, but for the fundraising for the breast cancer community. So Dig Pink is a huge fundraiser for this game. Back up to you, Molly and Cece.
Morgan, thanks so much. Said earlier all over social media, the Bombers playing for something more today, and that is that breast cancer awareness, that Dig Pink Foundation, something that so many have had so many battles with. And to them, we salute you. Everyone here is playing for someone else today, and even us too. We're broadcasting for someone else today.
Correct. It's a big day, but meanwhile, still on top of that, we got a big game. Ithaca taking this one first set, but here they go into the second.
Scranton grabs the serve for the first one. Head back the line. It's Adriana Vargas, freshman sensation. She's 14th in the Landmark Conference in digs right now. She's been unstoppable as she heads up for the serve. Finds Benedict right there on the line. Slavin out. Sets up on the outside. Brianna Owen goes down right off the tips of the block. That one goes that one goes back to the Bombers.
Time and time again, who are you going to call on? Brianna Owen, right? I mean, come on, an absolute dog dominating in this game. Keep a lookout for her.
Love the Halloween vibes. Back to the Bombers. That one goes for Ellie Benedict. Cami Quirk off the free ball right there. And Galucci with the roll shot. That one goes back to Benedict. Slavin out on the outside. Ledbetter. That one goes a little out. Point goes back to Scranton for this one. Heads back to the line as Cameron Hoffman. And the Scranton team, they're coming off a tough stretch right now. 2 back-to-back ranked opponents they just saw as well, too. Tough stretch for this Scranton team. As that one goes out to Slavin. Ledbetter puts the hammer down, unable to pull it off. There's Nglucci back on the outside. Garcia's there. That one shanked off into the bleachers as Cameron Hoffman continues this run. Volleyball is a game of runs, as we said in that first set. Crucial moment right now for the Scranton team looking to jump back in. Hoffman heads back behind the service line. She goes back again. Here's Brianna Owen right out there. Gonzalez Abreu on the outside. That one slammed down. That one goes out, but that point goes Bomber way after a double contact.
In terms of the weight of this game for Scranton, they just came again, as you mentioned before, a ranked opponent. Now here they go, another one. So the pressure's on to beat another ranked opponent.
Brianna Owen with a nice serve. That one almost goes down, but Nglucci's there to hit the serve. That one in the hands. Addison Ledbetter picks up another block right there.
We talk about corrections, right? In the midst of coming out of a timeout, in terms of actually like a post-set huddle, how are you going to respond? How are you going to correct? Right now, there is a little bit of that trend.
Where's service error right here for the Bombers, something Coach Stowell does not like to see from her team. Brianna Owen comes off and brings on Bridget Altland to be in the back row for the Bombers. Heads back is Cami Quirk. She's the sophomore setting sensation for this Scranton team as well, too. 45 assists against Elizabethtown. Karina Garcia tried to get her arm on that one. Shoulders off, a little wonky right there. That one goes back out. Quirk heads back behind the service line.
I mean, coming out of a set, this is what happened before in this last previous set. A little bit of a rough start, but can Ithaca recover?
Quirk heads, that one goes right into the line, right into the net, excuse me. Garcia comes off, brings on Naomi Claus. And that trio of juniors that we mentioned over and over again are on this floor. When they're on, magic happens. And one of them is back behind the line right there in the Gonzalez Abreu. She sets up, heads to the back row. Quirk right there on the set, grabs. Right in the middle, that one, a laser right in the middle.
Laser beam is right. 5-4 Scranton. We did not see as close of a run for them in terms of the score being this close before, but clearly they're making corrections. They are attacking and embracing that role that they have as offensive powerhouses, and here they go, put it on that pressure against an elite defense, though.
6-foot Daniela Kramer with that beam right there as Lorna Nglucci heads back the line. That one goes out and wide over Gonzalez Abreu's head, and Ithaca gets the ball back and heads back is Addison Ledbetter, the rookie sensation.
5-5 now. 5-5. Ledbetter, can she do it? Can she put on that pressure? Can she get the serve?
Ledbetter, that one heads cross court. Sets up quick out on the right side right there. That one goes out wide. A little on the line right there, but good read by Addison Ledbetter, able to turn her body and grab that great read right there. Kind of read her lines a little bit, know her coverage zone especially too. Knowing where you are on the floor, volleyball is huge. Addison Ledbetter heads back for the serve. two Royals right there on the dig, but a little miscommunication, a little tip shot right there. Ledbetter's there for the set. Claus goes up for the tip shot. That one finds a Royal. Quick out to Kramer. Kramer finds Slavin on the floor. Here's Ledbetter out with the bomb set. Claus finds Hoffman. That one's a tight shot. Quick out to the outside. Here's Delaney Wolpel again. Couple bombers again in the middle of that one. Gonzalez Abreu with the roll shot. That one goes back. Quirk out to the outside. Here the right side. Here's Altman right there with the grab. That one, we got a little rally, folks. Here we go. Slavin out. Here we go. Slavin. No. Klaus. That one goes down right there. A little back and forth action for the Bombers. That one went long. A lot of miscommunications and a lot of just one-arm shots. Something, not that clean volleyball that both teams are looking for.
But what a rally, right? It's so interesting because talking again to Zoe Strong, she talked about how their strength and conditioning coach trains them for these rallies, and they're able to put up some points against that.
Kramer back behind the service line. That one finds Benedict as Slavin sets up Claus again. That one goes wide as Kramer there to cover that one. In the net. Bumps right. Naomi Claus right there as Gwen Kester tried to get that one up in the air. Unable to do so. Altman comes on, brings on Brianna Owen.
Wesley Slavin, you saw her in the middle of the huddle. She puts up some 6-7, right? It is 7-6 right now, but needless to say, they're having some fun on the court in the midst of having a little bit of a tenser moment. The game is close, but being able to still have fun, right?
Wesley Slavin held behind the line a little bit. Cammie Quirk talking to the ref right now, trying to look for... Here's Coach Jamie Spranger talking with the referee right now, trying to ask a couple questions about if that tip shot was really legal. Did she get a proper hand on that right there? And Coach Spranger really has transformed this Royals program. He's taken this team to an at-large bid twice throughout his tenure as well, too. He's been this team for over 10 years. Slavin, that one sends back. Quirk out in the outside, sets up Wolper again. That one goes down. Unable to get a hand on that one was Ellie Benedict. It's 7-7 right now here in Ben Light Gymnasium.
We're seeing a little bit of a closer game than last set, but what's interesting about this is that they saw some pressure against William Smith. The only game that they had where they were able to get, where they received pressure in terms of losing sets, and now here they go again against a team like Scranton.
Slavin off of Gonzalez Abreu pass. That one slammed down off the fingers of the block right there. That was Brianna Owen with a great move. Sometimes you just got to use the fingers of the block. If you see it's not a strong block right there, you kind of know that you have a little bit of the flexibility to kind of move that ball perfectly, hit it, slam it around, and then you're able to have something that could land in your favor. Garcia back behind the service line. That one takes straight shot right in there. Quirk sets up on the outside. Here's Anglucci on the right. Garcia with the tough right there. A couple things. That one's going to be a carry on the Bombers. Brianna Owen kind of lifted that ball a little bit. That's a no-no.
I think that also, too, a part of this is being a little bit flustered, right? We talked about the score, 8-8 now. This is not the pressure that they usually see. So when you're going against a team like this and you're seeing a score, sometimes you get a little bit discombobulated, but it's about response and coming back just like how they did in the last set.
Vargas back on the serve for the Royals as Benedict's there to grab it. Slavin with a push shot right there. That one falls right in place. Ella Graper can't believe it. What a beautiful shot, though. Hits right before that line. It's hard to judge it sometimes, too. It could go out, could fall.
I mean, Graper, though, Cranford, New Jersey, a middle blocker, had 3 blocks the last game. Can she go ahead and do that again, especially when it's needed against a team like Scranton, who's been killing it on the offense?
Bombers back to serve. It's Benedict. That one bum shot up to Anglucci on the outside. That one rolls down as Benedict's there to grab that one. Slavin sets up Owen on the right side with a little bit of a roll shot. That one goes down. Hoffman's there for the push shot. Garcia sets up Slavin on the outside, back to Owen. Owen off the hands of the block once again. Bombers starting to go a little bit of a roll right now. This is what teams have been looking for. It's been back and forth so far, Cece.
I mean, roll Bombers, right? The Bombers are rolling, they're rolling, they're rolling, they're rolling. And a lot of it has been from those roll shots, from those tips, and being able, as we mentioned before, being able to mediate that.
Quirk on the set, sets up Conclucci once again. That one goes down off the hands of Owen and Graper, and Ledbetter. Garcia's there for the grab. That one goes out a little wide. That one goes out. Ithaca gets that, loses that one, but they're still up by 1 here in the second set. It's 10-9 as Hoffman goes back for the serve. Hoffman goes up, finds Garcia. Here's Slavin out on the outside to Gonzalez Abreu off the hands of the Bomber block. Beautiful work.
I was just thinking to myself, where has Gonzalez Abreu been this entire time? But there she says, actually, guys, hey, I'm right here, and takes that one. I mean, this is what you need. You need to get Gonzalez Abreu back into the game right now.
Brianna Owen on the service line. Quirk grabs that one, slams down off the hands. Addison Ledbetter Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu can't believe it. She almost had it. That one falls a little wide. Ithaca still up by this one, 11-10 right now as Quirk goes back for the serve.
Going back in, Ava Seedstein. An outside hitter. Here we go, another one. We'll see how she plays in this set.
Quirk goes up. That one falls to Gonzalez-Abreu. Benedict's right there for the set as Gonzalez-Abreu goes up. That one falls a little wide. Right amount of power. Great move by her. Just to take it down a little bit, it'll fall in that corner spot perfectly.
Now again, tie again, 11-11. But we're seeing that the momentum is picking up.
Garcia out there. Here's Gonzalez-Abreu with the push shot. There you go. Found that open hop. She found that hole open beautifully right there. Gonzalez-Abreu, she's been really trying to push the offense tonight. She's at 21 attacking attempts right now. She's hitting a 119. She's hitting 190 right now too. She heads back for the serve as well too. Gonzalez-Abreu, that one goes up, falls to Vargas right there. That one goes down. A miscommunication by the Royals. An ace for Gonzalez-Abreu. Ithaca finding a run a little bit right now. But as we said, volleyball's a game of runs. They're up 13-11 now in the second set. Gonzalez-Abreu stays back behind the line in her service routine. She goes up. Vargas once again with the serve. Quirk in the middle, keeps it to Kramer. Kramer with another laser beam down right there. That's another one for her. She'll be at 6 at this one here in the second set so far.
Kramer picking up the pace, picking up the heat, turning up the heat, right? Getting closer and closer. They might be able to take that lead that they were looking for last set and may be able to change the game right now.
Here's Anglucci on the serve, finds Gonzalez-Abreu. Slavin sets it out high to Claus, who just entered. That one goes off the arms of Hoffman. Here's Quirk once again with a push shot. Ledbetter's there to grab that one. Quirk back up to the outside. That one goes down once again. It's Claus with the block, the solo block. Addie Ledbetter jumping up and down and congratulating her. Bomber bench going on your head, on your head. Ithaca rolling away with this one. It's 14-12.
I mean, when the Bombers go big, they go big. Every time you see a block or a kill, a lot of it is just a huge play, and it's a show that they put on.
That one goes out. Eddie Ledbetter can't believe it. It brings back in Benedict as well in the service round. Sets up back. Kramer heads back to the service line as well, too. The sophomore middle hitter. 10 kills against Elizabethtown and 9 blocks against Easter. As I mentioned earlier, she leads her conference in blocks as well, too, by a substantial amount. Benedict grabs that one, sets up Claus on the outside. Scranton's there to pick that one up. Sets it up. Here's Wolper again right there. Quirk sets up on there. Out on the right side, another back-to-back blocks for Claus and Graper right there. Back on the outside. Altland's right there to grab that one. That one falls into the benches. Scranton, it's tied up. We're tied up right now at 14-14 here in the second set. And both teams kind of haven't really been able to find that run as they were able to in that first set as Kramer heads back for that serve. Kramer sets that one back to Gonzalez-Abreu. Slavin's there to grab that. Here comes Ella Graper out in the back row. Kramer unable to find arms on that one, and it's point Bombers.
And one of the things that we're seeing here, too, is that the fact that when you go, this is honestly a game of blocks, Molly. When you're going against so much of that, okay, you're saying, okay, how am I going to go about that? How am I going to go around that? And that's in this case what the Bombers were able to do. Get a nice clean kill and no contact.
This defensive battle today has been something really remarkable as Slavin's back for the serve. That one's picked up. And Wolper finds a shot right there. That one goes wide. Ithaca maintains possession right here too as Slavin heads back. Their best rotation in right now with Graper, Claus, and Owen in those 3 hitting spots at the moment.
And a lot of leaders, too, on the team. As you mentioned, the elite trio for the Bombers and having that and being able to transition with Brianna, Owen, and others who are in their first couple years as Bombers.
Quirk up on the outside. There's Owen right off the arms of the block. Point goes back to Ithaca, 17-14. Ithaca's up by 3 right now in the second set.
We talked about a run. How about a run right here? They're being able to find their voice, find their rhythm, and now they'll follow up and take a breather in this timeout.
Timeout here in Ben Light Gymnasium. And Cece, you really just got to commend right now. Both teams haven't really been able to find a run right now, which is something that's kind of interesting compared to this first set when we've been noticing a lot here too. And we've got something from Morgan Spriggs, the 3rd member of our team. Let's send it down to her. Morgan?
Thanks so much. A quick note on a member of the visiting Royals. Number 24, Ava Seidenstein, was being stretched out by teammate Macy Brown earlier in this set. She was on the sideline doing stretching exercises, and she was on her side testing her leg muscles, so that's something worth keeping an eye on as this match continues. However, any potential issue has not stopped Seidenstein much, though, as she currently has 4 kills for Scranton, tied for second most on the squad. Back up to you, Molly and Cece.
Thanks so much, Morgan. Just a quick stat recap for everyone at home. Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu with 7 kills, but Brianna Owen leads the way for the Bombers right now with 8 kills so far, and she's been fantastic because she's such a utility player for this Bombers. She can find the floor pretty much in that outside right side and middle block position as well, too. It's 17-14 here in Ben Light Gymnasium as Slavin heads back for the serve. Right there. Quirk able to pick that one up. There's right off the block. That one goes right over and down the arms of the Ithaca block. Jamie Springer again with a good timeout call, trying to move this momentum a little bit into Scranton's way.
Getting closer once again, 17-15. Taking the serve, Maddie Forey, a senior, one of the veterans on the team for the Royals. She'll take this one.
Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu right there. Here, Slavin on the outside finds Claus. That one hammers right down. Bombers knew they had that one when you have Claus on the outside right there too. They even knew it when she even took that hit.
And one of the things too, in terms of why this game is so close, is that we're not seeing that same level of hitting from the Bombers. They're able to really attack in the first set, having a little bit of a struggle to respond in this one. But we need more of that from
Garcia,
right
that one takes serve. That one almost hits down. Some communication errors right there for the Royals. As Slavin goes up, finds Owen on the outside. That one goes right down for Brianna Owen. That's her 9th of the night. Bombers, they're taking away with it right now, 19-15.
She had 7 kills against William Patterson. Already has surpassed that. Not in only 2 sets. She's on fire right now.
She didn't start a game at all last year. That's even the crazier thing. Garcia's still back there, finds Hoffman as Wolper pushes that one down. Bomber block right there. Quirk back up to Anglucci right there, excuse me. Slavin finds Owen right there too, rolls off as Quirk sets up Hoffman, and that goes back up to Anglucci. She takes the roll shot. Slavin's there to cover it. Benedict goes up for the bump shot. Here's Gonzalez-Abreu. That one goes up. That one was point. Ithaca looking for a tip right there. Ithaca gets that one as they head within 5 points.
20-15, here they go. Again, when you get that swing, if you just keep swinging, it's been one of my favorite things to say all year, just keep swinging, you got to get on a roll there.
Cece, a fantastic quote. I might just put that in the quote.
I love some Finding Nemo.
No,
so whatever it is.
It's a great, fantastic movie. Good Halloween costume option, too.
Finding Dory. It was so good they had to make a series, right?
Sequels, man. And the Bombers just got a sequel right there, too. Another point for them is Karina Garcia, number 2. There you go. Goes back for the serve as well, too. Garcia, that one lands right into the net. Bomber service error. This one goes back to Scranton, and that kind of changed the momentum in here a little bit.
I would have to agree. I almost just said that. The momentum has definitely shifted when you lose that, and it's due to an error. A service error is something that you do not want to give up because that means you're losing possession right now. And here they are again, as I said before, 21-16. How are you going to come out of that? How are you going to respond?
Adria Vargas back behind the line for Scranton as she goes up, and that one goes right down. Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu tried. That one fought a little low. Slavin able to pick that one up. Scranton climbing back in this one now, too.
And it's so interesting because in this moment of the game, you do not want to be going against Adria Vargas. 36 aces. She's putting up some pressure. You should be scared.
Substantial numbers in high school, too. Cece, that's 37 right there for Adriana Vargas. As I was going to say earlier, fantastic player, freshman for this Royals team, coming out of New York State. A couple of accolades for her all-county tournament MVP. She's showing up right now, too, as she goes back behind. Service error right there for Adriana Vargas. Point goes back Bomber way. They're within 3.
And when you're in such a clutch moment, I can imagine that having that service error, it's going to hurt you a little bit. We just talked about minimizing error, getting those blocks, also minimizing block errors, too. But 22-18, Bombers can have this one.
Benedict goes back behind the line. Quirk goes up for the set on the outside. There's Anglucci. That one goes down. Benedict's there to grab that. Slavin up to Gonzalez-Abreu with the roll shot. That one goes down. Easily picked up by Scranton. Here's pushed out. That's Gwen Kloster out there. Here's Brianna Owen. That one slams down. Unable to pick that. Lauren Anglucci back on the outside. That one goes up. Slavin's there to grab that. Out on the outside. That one rolls off the block. Hoffman grabs that. Quirk up on the outside. Anglucci back down, looking for it, unable to grab it. Slavin out to Gonzalez Abreu with the slam. That one's the one for Gonzalez Abreu. Hoffman unable to pick that one up. Ithaca within 2.
Talk about a rally, right? And who better to close it off than Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu? As I mentioned before, this is what the Bombers do well. They can survive in rallies because that's what their strength and conditioning coach has trained them to do.
Benedict for the serve. That one goes in as Kramer's right there. Addie Ledbetter tries to grab that one. Unable. Couple taps right there. Addie Ledbetter shaking her hands. Yes. Set point Ithaca looking to go 2-0 so far in this one. Ellie Benedict backs behind the line. She surpassed 1,000 digs this season already, a historic number for the Bombers. 24-18 here in Ben Light. That one goes up. Cami Quirk on that one with a push shot. Can see you there to cover. Up with Addison Ledbetter looking for the push. That one can't go down. Hoffman out. Finds Anglucci on the right side. Gonzalez Abreu off the block. Trying to cover that one. Unable to grab it. That one rolls 24-18.
And there they go. The run has kind of ended right now. But one of the things to pick up on, Cami Quirk with that reset, right? Instead of going 3 touches, she went with 2 touches and brought it over. Kind of maybe changed the pace to set the Bombers off a little bit, but here they go again.
Ellie Benedict, a little shank. Owens there to cover that one. Gonzalez Abreu tried to finish it off with a one shot. Back here to Scranton. It's 24-20 right now. Scranton creeping back.
Creeping back again. And here they go, right? It's almost like, again, you're holding your breath in these kinds of moments.
Hoffman back on the serve. Garcia's there to pick that one up. Slavin finds Brianna Owen on the right side. A little roll shot, unable to go down. Quirk grabbed that off the block. Hoffman out to Anglucci on the outside. Garcia right there. Beautiful dig. Owen back on the outside. That one goes down off a couple arms. Ithaca grabs this one. 25-20 takes the win here in set 2. Exactly what you want to see here as well. And we're going to take a short break here on VIC Radio. But when we come back, set 3 here in Ben Light Gymnasium, Ithaca leads 2-0.
Bante! Anthony? Hey, you got me? Hello? Hello, you got me? Awesome. Who is it? Oh, what's up, Dubner? Does Bonte want to do a, all right, do it anytime you want. Sooner the better. Great job, guys. Nice to meet you too. All right, you guys can run that sports promo whenever you want. You guys can bring us back whenever you want. Gorgeous.
Alex Dubner.
Oh, the ad, yeah.
Back on VIC Radio here in Ben Light Gymnasium for Ithaca College Volleyball versus the University of Scranton Royals. I'm Molly Golden alongside Cece Gabriel, bringing you all the action here. And Cece, Ithaca leads 2-0 right now in a third set. They're going for the sweep right now against the Royals.
They're going for the sweep, but I can tell you right now, Molly, it has not been easy, right? You saw that Scranton put up a fight there, and a lot of it has been consistent kills, but being able to respond with the exceptional defense coming from the Bombers.
We got to talk about this exceptional defense as well too, but how about this exceptional offense that has been outstanding so far? Brianna Owen leading the way for the Bombers with 10 kills so far tonight. Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu right behind her at 9, and Addison Ledbetter staying in the mix as well. She's got 4 kills tonight so far. The ball heads back to the Bombers after the second set, and it's Karina Garcia back behind the service line, staying in that rotation as they ended the second set with.
Molly, what are some things that you want to look out for right now?
I really want to see some high-power offense right now. We know the Bombers are able to have this high-power offense and have these great hitting numbers and just these fantastic kill shots. I'm looking for Gonzalez-Abreu really to show up in this third set. That's Quirk. Kramer tries to grab that one. Graper with the solo block right there. That one tries to go down off the arms of Brianna Owen. First point goes Scranton's way, something we haven't seen all night tonight.
And as you mentioned, Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu on that one. She had 15 kills in her last game. Here she is at 9, but as you mentioned before, let's pick that up a little bit. Let's turn up the heat so that you can secure this win and get the 3-set sweep.
Daniela Kramer back behind the line for the Royals. The Slavens right there to grab that. Brianna Owen out on the outside, on the right side, with a push shot. Falls perfectly within those 6 Royals right there as the point goes to the Bombers.
And it's the little things too, right? Sometimes you need that small push to go ahead and just get it, and instead of that kill, sometimes it can be a little too aggressive, a little too hot. So being able to, as I said before, throughout the broadcast, mediate when you get it, as it's 1-1 right now.
A couple wonky hits right there. 3 wonky hits for the Royals right there. Bomber point right there is 2. It's 2-1 Ithaca here in this third set.
We talked about a game of runs as well. How about runs right now? This could be a moment for them. Even though it's early, we saw them go on runs before. Can they do it again?
Ellie Benedict on the serve right there. That one goes up and over. Ellie Benedict calling for that one right there too. Here's Brianna Owen with the kill, unable. Couple of the Royals trying to grab that one. As that one shanked right there. Ellie Benedict getting some points from the Bomber huddle right there.
Brianna Owen makes it look easy a little bit with the way that she's able to just dominate on the court. You mentioned that she didn't have too many minutes last year, but coming onto the court now and having that impact, it's helping out the Bombers right now.
Ellie Benedict still behind the line for the Bombers as Cammie Quirk tries to grab the second touch. Unable to find it. Ithaca finding that run a little bit right now. Coach Stillwell had it out on the floor, telling her team kind of focus up on that block, giving adjustments right now to Brianna Owen on that block too. Ellie Benedict remains behind the line for the Bombers. That one goes up. Quirk trying to grab that set. Here comes Anglucci out on the outside. That one goes up and over. Slavin finds Gonzalez-Abreu up at the block shot. Right there, Benedict's there to cover. Here comes Slavin again, finds Addison Ledbetter. That one unable to go down. Ellie Benedict up again. Gonzalez-Abreu with a beautiful shot right there. I said it earlier, looking for that kind of high-power offense. Gonzalez-Abreu delivers. Bombers going on a little bit of a run right now.
And here we go. Here we go again, right? Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu talked about power. Look at her. She is the definition of power. If she continues this go on, this could be an easy set for the Bombers.
That one goes up. Looking further out right there. There's Garcia with the cover right there. Benedict finds Ledbetter with the roll shot as Anglucci's there to cover that. Here comes up. Ellie Benedict's right there too. Brianna Owen off on the right side. That one goes low to Maddie Forey.
Back again. And honestly, I don't really have much to say, Molly. This is just something that kind of leaves you speechless when you watch the Bombers play. Multiple conference championships back-to-back. This is what they do. This is who they are. They're claiming their identity in this very game, in this moment.
Looking for their 4th consecutive championship this year. They're 2nd in a row under Coach Tara Stillwell. Ellie Benedict remains behind the line as Hoffman there for that second touch. Anglucci off the net and over as Benedict sets up that second shot. Gonzalez-Abreu with the roll shot. That one lands down and in, right in a beautiful hole. The Bombers slowly starting to run away with this one. It's 7-1.
I can imagine that Stillwell in that conversation during that time after the set was like, I did not like how that set just went with all of the back and forth there. Let's end this game right now. And so they are with the big run, 7-1.
Benedict stays behind. A little bit of a shank right there as Hoffman's there to cover that. Anglucci with the roll shot. That one goes up. Kind of wonky in the hands. And able to close the block for the Bombers right there as that one goes down and out. Scranton coming in 7-2 now.
Cammie Quirk on this one. Been hearing her name all night. The setter from Oakland, New Jersey, taking this right behind the service line.
20 assists on the night for Quirk so far as she goes back for the serve, finds Gonzalez-Abreu. Owen on there. Cammie Quirk with a dig right there. That one sets up Hoffman out there too. That one goes up and over. Benedict's there to cover that one. Ledbetter on the second touch. Here's Gonzalez Abreu with a roll shot, calling for a touch. Unable to find it. That one goes up and out, and it's Scranton's point. They're coming in this one a little bit. It's 7-3 now here in Ben Light.
One of the things that we talked about with Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu is that with so much power, she does have a couple of errors, and it has hurt the team a little bit, so we got to be mindful of that too. That
one, a roll shot off and in the net. Gonzalez Abreu looking to finish that, unable to. Sets back. Cami Quirk with a little wonky set. That one goes down. Karina Garcia got an arm on that one, even though it was rolling out a little bit. 7-4 now. Scranton find their run too.
It's with these blocks. That's what killed them last set, right, Molly? Every single time. A lot of it was due to block errors. Can you get a clean block off?
That one right there. An ace for Scranton. Karina Garcia unable to kind of get a solid platform, under that one. Cami Quirk starting to roll a little bit here, too. She's one of their best servers as well.
Yeah.
She's got a ton of aces on the year, too.
42 aces on the year.
That one sets back. Ellie Benedict looking for the free ball. That one goes over. Sets up. Here comes Quirk in the middle. Finds right there. That one goes down and in. Right there off a beautiful shot for Scranton. That's Lauren Angucci back on the outside. Hit for them. 7-6 here in Ben Light.
And Quirk is the perfect person to have in service right now. As you mentioned before, 42 aces and only 22 errors. This is her spot.
Bombers looking to get out of this rotation. They almost do it right there off the block. Lauren Angucci back on the outside. That one goes up and out. Bombers get into this one without any more damage to it. It's 8-6 here in Ben Light.
And they were able to almost escape that tie that almost just took place, right? And that was off of, honestly, pure luck. But outside of that, here they go. Service is strong. They can do this again.
Bombers return to one of their best serving spots right here with Brianna Owen behind the back line. That one goes up and out. Slavin out, finds Gonzalez Abreu on the shot. A roll shot goes down beautifully right there, right in front of Deanna Whipley's face on that one, kind of, as the Bombers start to run away. It's 9-6 here in Ben Light. Brianna Owen remains back behind the line, as we mentioned in that first set, kind of remained there for the entirety of that set. That one goes out. Another service error here for the Bombers. That's their 5th of the night, but L'Oreals also have one of the night too. It's 9-7.
And here they are creeping back. This is almost, they were able to maintain that lead before, but here they are creeping back, and it's getting into that same kind of play that we saw last set, where there were a lot of errors and a lot of disorganization coming from the Bomber side. So can they pull this off and get that third set?
Deanna Whipley off the serve. That one goes in. Off right there. Here's Bridget Altman for the dig. That one's digged out. Out to Gonzalez Abreu with the push shot. That one lands a little low. She can't believe it that she did it. It's 9-8 here in Ben Light. It's a little low right in the net, though.
As we mentioned before, this is honestly not the time to play around, right? Here you are, 9-8, one of the closer games that you honestly probably see, a closer set that you've seen all season. Limit those errors right now.
Wepley remains behind the line. Gonzalez Abreu got some hands on that one. She goes up and in for the roll shot. That one almost went down. Quirk's there to pick that one up. Sets up. There's Angucci back out there. That one goes Bomber way. Ithaca guns back. They still maintain their lead. They're up by 2 right now.
It's been Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu this entire game. Here she is behind the service line. Maybe if we see a little bit more of a offensive presence and offensive depth coming from this team, they can turn this around.
Gonzalez Abreu back behind the service line. She grabs that. Quirk kind of with a wonky back, goes right down. There's Naomi Claus out in the outside right there. She pushes that one right back in. It's Palmer Point. They lead 11-8 here in set 3.
Just mentioned how you maybe want to get a couple more hands on the ball in terms of kills. And there she is, Naomi Claus, the junior from PA.
Gonzalez Abreu back out there. Here you go. Right goes back down. Cami Quirk on the outside. Finds that back on the outside. Ellie Benedict back there. Sets up Claus back on the outside. That one goes up. Almost went out, but able to get some hands on that. Quirk back on the serve. Right up down. There's Lauren Angucci right there too. Punch right shot right there. There's Addison Ledbetter. Up sets out. 24. That one, Ellie Benedict gets a pancake hands on that one right there. That one lands right on the line for Naomi Claus. She's jumping up and down. She can't believe it. And before we continue, we just want to remind you, you're listening to Ithaca College Volleyball here on VIC, the voice of Ithaca College. Here at Molly Golden, CeCe Gabriel, Morgan Spriggs down here on the sideline with you. Gonzalez Abreu back on the serve for the Bombers. That one goes up. Cami Quirk on the outside with a push shot. Benedict's there to cover that. Slavin goes up to Claus. That one right off the hands of the block. Slavin picks that one up easily. Claus back up. She goes for the roll shot. That one goes down. Sends a Royal flying for that one too. Benedict up on the dig right there too. Here comes Claus back on the outside. Cover right there, calling for help, unable to find it here. Ithaca 13-8 here in Ben Light Gymnasium.
And you're seeing a turnaround, right? You see Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu in the back row, and now you got to find somebody else to step up. And here in this moment, it's been Naomi Claus, highly efficient as an outside hitter, and turning this game around and getting something going.
Timeout taken here in Ben Light Gymnasium. But before we go any further, we're going to send it down to the third member of our team in Morgan Springs.
Thanks so much. Highlighting some of the best of the Bombers tonight, the junior trio of Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu, Naomi Klaus, and Wesley Slavin have all performed well in this battle, but it's also hard to ignore the tremendous impact of underclassmen Brianna Owen and Addison Ledbetter this evening. Owen has over 10 points, more than a dozen kills, and a service ace in this affair, and Ledbetter has 5 kills, 3 solo blocks, and multiple block assists, and she has performed incredibly well for a freshman here in this game. So Coach Stillwell has gotten contributors from up and down the roster today. Back up to you, Molly and Cece.
Morgan, thanks so much. And up here, we've got a tight game right here, but not as tight as that second set, though. 13-8 here up in Ben Light Gymnasium. And Cece, what do you think it's going to take for Ithaca to close this one out?
I would love to see more from Naomi Klaus, right? Klaus has 5 kills on the day in comparison to the leaders who were tied at 12 in Owen and Gonzalez-Abreu. You see more from her while Gonzalez-Abreu is in the back row. It could be a turnaround there.
Gonzalez-Abreu out in the back row. That one goes up and in. Weird bunky bomb shot. Cami Quirk with the push shot. That one goes right back down. There's 6-foot Ledbetter right there. Ledbetter, kind of the key to that play, just puts her hands up, says, no, 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 not today.
A player like Ledbetter, 6 foot, one of the taller players on the roster, so efficient in blocks. 56 blocks on the season, highly efficient, and an extremely exciting thing coming from her as a first year.
A candidate for rookie of the year here in the Liberty League. Couple of bombers fly that one. Here's Naomi Klaus with the push shot. Cami Quirk picked that one up. With a roll shot right there, there's Slavin. Well, Ledbetter says that one over, back over. Reset right now for the Bombers with the free ball. Here comes Claus on the outside. That one slammed back down. Hoffman grabbed that one. Shanked, though. Cami Quirk brings that one in as a roll shot from Scranton brings that in. Here comes the Slavin again with the bump shot. Right with a slide from Addison Ledbetter. Ithaca continuing to bring the heat right now. It's 15-8.
I mean, come on, Ledbetter. 5 kills on the day. She's already doing so much in blocking. If she can get a couple more again, we're talking about spreading the wealth, right? If Claus can get in the game, if Ledbetter can get in the game, if they can fill in those gaps and go on a run, they can make this.
Gonzalez-Abreu remains behind the line for Ithaca as that one pushed right back down. Addison Ledbetter saying, come on in the huddle, come on. Ithaca going on a run right now. It is 16-8 here in Ben Light Gymnasium.
And right now, they're playing their best game right now because a lot of their players, in terms of attacking percentage, they're in the 20s. They're in the high 20s.
Gonzalez-Abreu with an ace right there off the arms of Sydney Wilt, the DS junior, as Gonzalez-Abreu remains behind the line for the Bombers here in this moment.
And while she's been struggling on the attack, here she is at the service line and dominating. She's been there for a long time, but she's not worn out so far.
Gonzalez-Abreu still behind, sets up right there. She grabs the dig there too. Slavin heads to the outside for Claus on the up and over, off the fingers of the block. Quirk there to pick that one up. Hoffman sets up on the outside to Ava Saltine. That one goes up. Claus back on the outside, sets that. Quirk back to the right side, position 2, looking for the down. Bridget Altland right at her feet, ain't able to pick that one up. Scranton disrupts that momentum, 17-9.
And here they are. This is one of the few moments that, in this case for this set, that Scranton has been able to get the ball and get this for service. But a lot of it has been due to the fact that Ithaca's respond to the defense so well in this set.
Cameron Hoffman, the libero, goes back to serve, but that one goes out and wide. Ithaca grabs that one, 18-9 as well too, as Ella Graper checks in for the middle of Ellie Benedict. Addison Ledbetter behind the line for the Bombers here too. That one goes in, almost out. Oh, a great shot right there, too. Hoffman with the free ball right there. Addison Ledbetter there covers that one. Sets up Ella Graper with a roll shot. That one picked up. Quirk back to the middle with Kramer right there. That one picked up. Claus with the free ball. That one heads to the back row. Quirk heads to the right side once again, tries to find Ava Saltine. Ledbetter tries for the pancake, unable to. That one hits the floor, 18-10.
Despite the couple of points that the Bombers have let up, they have been doing a great job going against the team, as we mentioned earlier in the match, that this is a team that it pushes their offense. They are going to attack. They are very aggressive, but they've been able to slow them down exponentially.
That one goes up. Gabby Gonzalez-Abreu there to cover. Sets up to the outside. Claus. That one goes right down for Naomi Claus. Cece said we're looking from something from earlier. With a change right now, too. Brianna Owen comes in for Bridget Altland, as Slavin heads back for the serve.
I mean, talk about power, right? I almost wish that we could see that time and time again from Claus. She's been getting those kills. She's gradually made her presence known here offensively.
Not. That one goes out. Great read by Annie Benedict. 19-10 here in Ben Light Gymnasium.
In the back row, having Gonzalez-Abreu there has been so efficient. I think that this front row lineup right here is so perfect between Ledbetter, between Graper, between Claus. They're doing phenomenal together right now.
Slavin goes back for the serve, goes into the net though. The Bombers' 6th service error of the night as well too. She comes off the floor. She stays in talking to Coach Stillwell though just about that serve. Adria Vargas back behind the line again for this Royals team. A couple great ones in that second set. She goes up. That one falls down to Brianna Owen. Slavin right there off the net. Claus up with the roll shot. That one lands to Hoffman. Quirk with the push shot. Blocks right there. That looking for the extra three. It goes over. That one comes back in. Hoffman there with the dig. Comes up off the arms. That was Deanna Whipley off the arms of Ellie Benedict. That point goes Scranton way, 2012 here in Ben Light.
Whipley with 8 kills on the day, 2012. He was able to get that one right there. 9 kills, actually. She keeps it strong.
Claus sets up back there. Off the block, she resets. Slavin back out to Claus once again with a roll shot. That one goes down right into the 10-foot corner line. Beautiful high volleyball IQ play by Naomi Claus.
And I was just about to say, Molly, that if you look at the play between Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu and between Claus, Claus is a lot more technical and tactical. She doesn't go in for the swing every single time. She's very, very calculated. She goes in for the tip. She goes in for the roll. Meanwhile, for Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu, she goes in for the swing every time.
Karina Garcia back behind the line, but a shank from the Royals defense brings it 22-12 here in Ben Light Gymnasium. Ithaca within 3 to close this out in a 3-0 sweep.
22-12. This is what we're seeing, almost similar to the first set.
Garcia back behind the line, finds Kramer on the right side. That one goes right down to Ithaca. Ella Graper, that ball almost hit her chest right there. She's clinging on right there. A little bit of pain, but she walks it off here in Ben Light as it goes back to Garcia. Ithaca within 2.
The junior, extremely impressive in blocks, 84 blocks. Highly efficient right now. She's been a key player right now in terms of this team's success.
Garcia's serve goes right back into the net. Another service error for the Bombers as Danielle Kramer heads back here in Ben Light as we are at 23-13. Kramer sets that one up, goes back over. Gonzalez-Abreu on the right side with the roll shot. That one goes down, almost full. Kramer out of the back row. Garcia there to cover it. Here comes Slavin on the roll shot. That one goes right down. Great high IQ play by Wesley Slavin. Found the hole for the setter dump, and it's Ithaca within 1 here to close this one out.
I mean, what a nasty play to nearly close the game. Wesley Slavin, easily one of the best players, not just within this team, but also in the Liberty League. She's been a great part of this team so far.
Play disrupted here. Wesley Slavin going to have a chat with the referee. And Cece with 1 point left for this Bombers matchup. Future, they head on the road in these next couple of weeks. This weekend they take on Bard and New Jersey City University, one of those being a Liberty League game. Ithaca not having a loss so far in conference play, Point remains Scranton as Danielle Kramer goes back for it as Karina Garcia digs that one up. Slavin on the outside. Gonzalez-Abreu with a beautiful shot to close it out here at Dig Pink Night in Ben Light Gymnasium. She shrugs her shoulders. Just another day for Gabriela Gonzalez-Abreu.
This is what I do. This is what I do. What a great way to end the game.
That was not. We thought it was the end. Clearly wasn't. Bombers could pick that one up. Cami Quirk back on the outside. She finds Anglucci right there. Sets up Gonzalez Abreu off Ellie Benedict. Looking for the actual shot. That won't be it. That one almost fell. Quirk back up to Anglucci. Garcia up to Slave and Brianna Owen right there off the hands of the block. That one goes off and in. Scranton resets off the shot right there. Ellie Benedict calls off everyone as Brianna Owen grabs up for the shot. That one falls down. Kramer off the shot right there. Addie Ledbetter gets that one up. Owen back up there too. That one goes out and wide for Ithaca. It's 24-15 here in Ben Lake Gymnasium. Excuse me.
Scranton has this one and coming up to serve. None other than Cami Quirk, right? We've been talking about her and how when she's at this behind the service line, you get a little scared because she's an elite player in that area.
Quirk back to Gonzalez Abreu. Addie Ledbetter looking for the final shot, and she does it. Addison Ledbetter, the rookie sensation here for Ithaca as it's closing out here on Dig Pink Night. It's 25-15 here in Ben Light Gymnasium. And on a great night with supporting such a great cause, Ithaca gets it done. 3-0 set for them as well.
I mean, Molly, one of the things that you could be really, really excited to see in this game, one of my favorite personally parts of the game, was seeing how Naomi Kloss was able to take initiative and take that game as her own. When Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu's in the back row, and when Naomi Kloss and the rest of the duo there between the young star and Ledbetter, it was no better of a game than right here in this last set.
Ithaca continuing on. We get closer and closer to that Liberty League tournament. A little schedule preview for everyone back at home. Ithaca heads on the road this weekend to take on Bard College and New Jersey University. And against Bard, that's a Liberty League opponent, crucial here in that final stretch. They have yet to drop a set, except against William Smith this past weekend as well in conference play.
And taking a look at Scranton, in terms of this game, Molly, what did you see?
I think with the Scranton team, honestly, they did everything they needed to do. They have had this amazing defense when you go against these top hitters like Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu and Naomi Kloss. We knew that this Scranton defense was going to come in and play aggressive as well too. But with those hitters as well too, that middle position is dominant for this Scranton team as well too. I kept saying in Danielle Kramer, she's been absolutely fantastic tonight so far, and we've got a special treat for you as the third member of our team, Morgan Spriggs, is standing by with Coach Tara Stillwell. Morgan?
Here with Coach Stillwell, when winning the first set, your team has not lost a match since August of 2024. How crucial was starting strong and opening with a set victory to success today?
Wait, we haven't lost this since 2024?
When winning the first set, your team has never lost since August of 2024. What does that mean?
Not know that. That's, sorry, you confused me with that. That's cool. What that means is we're getting better and I'm doing my job because we used to drop the first set or not do our job in the first set. So it means that we're actually growing and maturing and like figuring out how to start a lot stronger, which is super important.
The team has a lot of contributors in tonight's win, but somebody to highlight, Brianna Owen. She tied a season high in kills with 12 along with a service ace. How important is Owen today?
Oh, she was unreal today. I think until that last hit, she had not made an error. That's really hard to do in 3 sets. She was our go-to kid, and she really helped us when some other kids needed a little bit of help.
And Coach Stillwell, with tonight's win, Ithaca has clinched home court for the Liberty League Championships for the 4th straight year. How important is it for the team to play for the conference here at Lake Gymnasium?
Oh my God, so important. I don't want to go to William Smith. It's hard to win a game there. But here, home court, we know how it is. We're at our gym where we practice every day and we're in front of our fans. It's incredibly important, especially when trying to get that win for the automatic qualifier for the NCAA tournament.
Thank you so much, Coach. Well, back up to Molly and CC.
Morgan, Coach Stillwell, thank you so much for your time. And that's going to do it for us here in Ben Light Gymnasium. Special thank you to our manager of TV and radio operations, Reese Finch, our wonderful field producer, Devin Jarvis, sports director, Connor Smith, athletics director, Aaron Booya, our sports information directors, Justin Lutz, and the all-powerful Frank Myra, and the entire athletic staff. But do not go anywhere. Still on VIC, Derek Smith and Andrew Roberts have you covered with the post-game show. Alongside CeCe Gabriel and Morgan Spriggs, I am Molly Golden saying so long from Ben Light Gymnasium, and thank you for listening to this edition of Ithaca Volleyball.
Hey, we're good to go whenever. Yeah, Roberts, you ready to go? Yeah, ready whenever. If you want to count us in, we're good. Perfect.
Welcome to the post-game show. I am Derek Smith alongside Andrew Roberts to give you the highlights and themes of the game. Andrew, let's start with Ithaca. They were on the right side of this sweep. Who did you see as standout performers on this team?
Well, it starts with Addison Ledbetter, just a serious two-way threat up front, getting the kills, getting the blocks, a very balanced stat line in this game. 7 kills as well as 4 solo blocks and 2 block assists for a total of 12 points. Addie Ledbetter, the breakout freshman on this Ithaca team, really stepping up. I also liked Brianna Owen. She was the server for that big run in the first set that took it from around 5-5 to 14-5 headed into the timeout, and that, it was 4-4 to 13-4, but nonetheless, that momentum, Ithaca never really relinquished in that set. Second set played close, Bombers win it anyways. Third set, they were strong right out of the gate, so Brianna Owen really set the tone for this team.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Addison Ledbetter. Anytime you can have a two-way player to make a difference on both offense and defense during the game, it's always great. Also a shout out to Gabriela Gonzalez Abreu. She had 13 kills and 2 aces during this game. But Andrew, what do you make of the early errors by Scranton? Is this a cause for concern for this team?
So it's interesting for Scranton. Errors were more the problem early on in the game, but I feel as things got later, they just didn't have as much of the juice on offense. Their leader in kills was Deanna Welpley with 9. There was nobody in double digits kill-wise for the entire Scranton team. Ithaca, on the other hand, Gonzalez Abreu and Brianna Owen both double-digit in kills, as well as Addie Ledbetter joining them in double digits when it comes to total points. So the Bombers just had more firepower across their team, and this is in a quiet game overall for Naomi Claus. She picked it up in the third set, but the rest of the team was able to step up even in a game where Claus, she's had more kills in the past, but Gonzalez Abreu taking the charge in this one, and then Addie Ledbetter, a two-way impact up front, as I mentioned.
Yeah, that was great to see. When Claus was down, other players picked her up. Now, on Scranton, you already shouted out one player. Do you have any other who really stood out to you during this game, Andrew?
I'm actually going to turn more towards the backcourt here. Adria Vargas, well, it doesn't really show on the stat sheet. I was really impressed with what she was doing. She had a kill from all the way back on the back 3. And in addition to that, 2 service aces. Those were consecutive. Those helped gain some momentum for Scranton as they were trying to take back the lead in the second set, the closest set the entire day for Scranton. And Adria Vargas overall, she is 6th on the team in kills per set, 3rd in assists per set, and 2nd in digs per set on the season. So just her impact all over the court is unmatched.
Yeah, for Scranton, it seemed like a game where they really couldn't ever get going. It started slow, a lot of miscommunications, and they tried to dig their way back into the game, but Ithaca was just relentless, especially after building their early lead.
Yeah, relentless indeed. And the Bombers, that first set, again, as I said, really set the tone. Second, a little closer, and then the third set, I don't think they ever really looked back. And, yeah, it was a team impact all the way around. Owen, Gonzalez Abreu, and Ledbetter from the start. Claus picking it up later. Everyone on the court deserves a shout-out as well. Ellie Benedict and Wesley Slavin doing their jobs in setting things up for all the attackers on this team. That is an incredible duo in the backcourt for the Bombers.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. That brings an end to this post-game show and the coverage of collegiate volleyball. With Andrew Roberts, I am Derek Smith saying so long from Ben Light Stadium, and thank you for listening to VIC's coverage of the Ithaca Bombers versus Scranton Eagles volleyball game.
Fantastic job. Thank you so much, Abby. Ponte!